In a moment, what do you reckon? We'll be talking about coffee and Microsoft.
Being a parent today.
I blocked my mum.
Join Amanda Keller, Kate Ritchie and Nazim Hussain to laugh and tackle the tricky issues.
It's going to be a wild ride.
The role of a lifetime. Stream all episodes now on ABC iView.
Yes, it's time to find out, what do you reckon? With a panel of highly intelligent, wickedly funny reckoners joining you this evening, journalist, presenter and director Victoria Carthew and marketing innovator, technology enthusiast, dad band member and streetwear designer Ben Slater is here as well.
I love it. Have we got to be funny now?
Yes, wickedly funny. Not just funny, but wickedly funny.
Carol, can I say my favourite thing is that apart from getting to speak to you, whoever I'm sitting beside, I've just learnt so much in the green room. I've just discovered so many things about AI, and it's amazing. Fun stuff.
Hopefully we're going to be sharing all that with
We didn't use our best stuff backstage, I promise.
All right, now, a Brisbane coffee shop has been named in the world's top 10. It's called Coffee Anthology. It's in the CBD. How good is that to make the world's top 10?
It's sort of a little bit strange, and I'm the first one to champion and shout out, "Go Brizzy!" But it just seems a bit odd of all the coffee places in all the dream joints that it's Brisbane, because it shouldn't be, but it's very, very nice that it is.
Well, I think Australia, we pride ourselves on our coffee culture, even if it costs us a fortune. Sydney came at number 1 spot, and I think
there was a 40 on the list as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a 40.
Melbourne had one as well.
Melbourne had it. They were in 4th, and we came in at 8th, from memory, 8th spot. But like the top 10 in the world, and I said a bit earlier, that really does, unless there are coffee places somewhere else in the universe. And at the moment, we can't even find anywhere to land. To even think about maybe Mars, but no one wants to live there. There's no water, there's no air, except Elon and the seer have a great time, but he's the only one who wants to go.
Yeah.
And a few other people who are very, very insular, because you're probably not coming back. No. And there's nothing to do. Other than just be with those other half dozen people for the rest of your life.
Could you
arrange that right now, please? Because that was one of our conversations.
No. And that there is nowhere else to go. So I reckon this is the only place with coffee. Therefore, we're number 8 in the universe.
There we go. That escalated.
Sorry, that's a better headline, actually, when I'm looking at the...
In the world.
It just does seem strange to me, though, that even Australia is on that list, because I think we grew up. We were cup of tea people when I was a kid.
Yes.
And now we're coffee people.
But you can't get good coffee in America. So we've got exactly.
Yeah.
Black coffee enough.
But I think we thought that they did, because growing up we saw TV and movies they drank coffee. Yeah. But now we know it's terrible. And it's still strange to me that it's not just all in Italy or somewhere else.
Well, apparently there's there's a place in the USA actually came second, Onyx Coffee Lab. It must be the only place in America. Probably owned by an Aussie.
Yep.
Hey, Michaela, my wonderful producer, can you look up to see if Onyx Coffee Lab is owned by an Australian? Thank you. Then you've got Australia again, Norway, Singapore, France, Australia, Malaysia and Colombia.
Yeah, definitely promotable, right? Everybody needs to be coming here for that. But doesn't it raise your expectations? And even the cost now, when you are paying $5 or $6.
Yeah.
Which I
at the least
I just can't. Anyway, then if it's no good, it's really disappointing. Whereas when you were paying $3 or $4, you didn't really mind if it was a bit of an off day.
Yeah.
Now it's just...
See, I love a good servo coffee. I've got to go to the old... I know.
Whoa.
There were some looks there.
You want to go with Elon? Can you go with Elon to outer space?
And you pay $2.50 for you know what you're going to get. It's a 7 out of 10, and that's fine. So I actually feel really sorry for all the people that frequent an Anthology, and suddenly this coffee shop is and they're like, oh, there's all these blooming pretenders that have turned up. I've got to wait longer for my coffee, So those, I feel sorry for the regulars of Anthology. Shout out to the regulars, and you can go and get a good coffee.
They'll be claiming it forever, though, right?
They will be. I was here before.
Sitting in the corner complaining.
Yeah, yes.
They need to get shirts made.
Yep.
I was here before it was trending.
Correct. But that news spread like wildfire. That went everywhere. Yeah, we must go and have a coffee there. So, yeah, and I haven't yet.
Yeah, there was one in 40th Spot. I can't remember what it was. Okay, Onyx Coffee is only US born and raised. So
There you go. Okay, good on me.
Well, there's one
An
shop
outlier.
in America, one shop in
One shop we're
America
going
that
to.
knows how to make coffee that doesn't suck, because it's all filter coffee,
Yes, it is, yeah.
and it's just.
I went to the original Starbucks. That was fun.
Oh,
The
yeah,
original
where was
Starbucks
that?
shop
Where's the
in
original?
Seattle, just in the waterfront.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't know it was. We were walking by. I was like, oh, that looks cool. Went down. They throw the cup across the room like they do at the Pike Street Market, where they throw
Okay.
the fish. So they got that thing. So it was a hand pulled coffee, and it was really good coffee.
When you say they threw it, was the cup
Teppanyaki
empty?
style?
No, the cup wasn't full of coffee.
That's good.
They
I was
go,
just
"Thank
making
you, order,"
sure.
and chuck it across the room. Yeah.
Right, they display on the top of their website trending coffee roasts like the stock exchange.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know what that means. Anyhow, so was the
sounds
coffee
like a
good
DEI
at Starbucks?
hire.
The coffee it was lovely at Starbucks. It was better than anything else. It's where you went to get a coffee because the rest was.
Yep.
And I even recall that as a younger person travelling in Asia or somewhere when if you didn't know what you were going to eat, you'd go, it was safe to go to Starbucks.
correct.
And that was before coffee wasn't even big in Australia then, but you knew Starbucks would have what you needed.
But they've got troubles now, Starbucks. They've got the new CEO that's come in there and
What are they doing?
rushing the ship. Well, they were doing a lot of everything goes through apps now.
Yep.
And people are they've got no way of controlling really how the orders are coming in. So people are just getting annoyed that they're waiting. There's this big collection of people just hanging around waiting for their coffee to turn up. No one's sticking around to spend money in store. So Starbucks is in a lot of trouble. Yeah. Anyway.
Tech.
Well, I suppose it's hard as a takeaway or fast food or whatever it might be, not to have that up and down in your fortunes,
Correct.
and you're really trendy and then you're really not. So what do you do?
Get a new
Keep that
CEO.
going?
That's what they do.
That's it. So it was Albion's Fonzie Abbott, which came in at 70th place.
Okay, 70th.
Yes.
Something.
Still good.
Yeah.
70th in the
In the
world.
universe.
In the universe.
Thanks, Cal.
That's
Correction.
exactly right. So, there's no doubt coffee's going to hit $10 before we
Easy.
know it.
Yeah, that's what people are saying. $10 a
Because
cup.
it's hard to, at the moment, it's hard to grow. Mm-hmm. And and supply is a problem. It's like chocolate.
Yep. But watch this space because I've been looking. I do a lot of food work in social media, and I'm starting to see the new flavour is coffee. So you're not necessarily going to have your coffee as a drink. You're going to have it flavoured in your food, your desserts. So there's salted caramel is on the way out. Coffee is on the way in.
Oh.
You watch this.
So
that'll be the new.
So if you
office.
can't pay $10 for your coffee,
Yep.
you can pay
You can.
$7 for your scoop of coffee ice cream.
Are people
exactly.
liking that, though? Because coffee is quite bitter.
Yeah, but
Like
you compare it with
sometimes
so
it's
many
what
things.
you're putting. Yeah, I suppose if you put it on your
Yep.
ice cream.
Yeah.
Raising my arm to say I will not pay $10 for a coffee.
Oh, you will.
No,
Yeah, you will.
I'm not having it.
Okay,
I'll
got it.
just have it at home.
Okay.
Go to 7-Eleven, $2.50.
See, I'm spoiled. My husband works for a coffee
Yes.
company, so
Oh, there you
Yes.
go.
yeah. So
But do you grind your own? What sort of process do you go through?
Well, it depends how much
So-
energy I want to put into it, but mostly pods
Most
because they're pretty good.
Yeah.
But I still buy a mocha
Yeah.
most days because
Even
you
though-
can't make it as well as a barista can. You just cannot.
I think it's funny though now that even because the price of beans of everything is so expensive, like we've got a machine at home and we've got 3 of 4 of the 5 are coffee drinkers. But I was at a friend's yesterday and they've got travellers staying with them, whatever. They said, we're going through a kilo of beans a week. And they're spending, $40 a week just on them. I'm like, it's still
Yep.
cheaper than, but it's, it's getting up there even if you've got a home machine.
Yeah.
a kilo a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
They've got a big house at the moment, so a lot of people, but still,
I was
right?
going to say, that they should almost open up a shop.
And they've
5 or
got the
6 kilos.
fanciness. It's a proper fancy machine, so yeah.
Very good.
Excellent. So, well done to the coffee shops mentioned and
Yeah,
to all the
bravo.
coffee shops just doing their thing
Yeah.
every day.
Yep.
In the universe.
Now, people can submit what coffee shops should be on the list at the world's 100bestcoffeeshops.com. You can also apply to be a coffee expert. Ooh.
Well,
know
should
how
be
we
an
have-
Australian, right? Because we're the best.
Yes, well, Matt Kierkegaard, the beer expert. See, he has what is considered to be one of the world's best jobs, of course, because he just talks beer
Yes.
and drinks beer.
Loves it.
For the coffee, see, that would be me. That would be my life.
So when you taste a new coffee, do you get those notes? Do you think, it's like from the western side of the... What, you
No,
know?
I'm not that
No,
good.
Not that good?
I wonder if the coffee drinkers are that good that they can taste
I bet.
what bean it is. I bet they can too.
I can, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is What Do You Reckon on 612 ABC Brisbane and ABC Radio Queensland. It's nearly 8:45, and my reckoners tonight, journalist, presenter and director Victoria Carthew and marketing innovator, tech enthusiast Ben Slater. Now, you are a tech enthusiast. Do you still have that little wickadoodle in your wrist?
My microchip in my hand.
That's it?
Yes, that'll only come out if the doctor helps me take it out.
Oh, right.
That
I
will be
wasn't
there
sure.
For a while.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you were taking a lens this afternoon.
No, I got microchipped a while ago.
Like my puppy.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Thanks for
Well
everyone
done,
else saw
Vic.
the cat. Yeah. No, exactly the same.
If he gets lost, we
get
just
lost,
take him to the vet,
yeah,
swipe
just
his hand,
scan me.
and that's
Yep.
it. Someone will come get him.
Yeah.
So, how long have you had that in now, that
Since the
microchip?
iPhone was before the iPhone 6. Sorry, iPhone half a dozen.
So what's that, about 2012? 20?
Yeah, about then, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I think a second in Australia to have it done. The other guy had horns, so,
And can I ask why?
because I wanted to get a new client, so I went off and did something stupid. But it was fun. It was good, yeah. And it could store information in it. I think I said in the email, I put my Bitcoin information in it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Apparently you can get coffee Doritos. Thank you for that picture, Fergus.
Oh, wow.
Oh, well, see, now I need to get some just to see if they're as horrible as I think or if
That's
they're
what I'm
better
saying.
than I think.
Coffee flavours are going to be a thing.
You are ahead of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Right. All right. So
Yes.
we're talking about this because Microsoft. Okay, everyone's pretty much got 365, and you have to pay for it. It's about $110 Australian a year, 109. Anyhow, they decided, oh, look, everyone is going to want AI,
Yeah.
and they won't care that we're going to put the price up because nobody in Australia is in a bit of a cost of living crisis at the moment, so they're not watching every dollar. So they put it up to, 159, I think it was, and just did it. Didn't really tell anybody. I mean, you've got the choice of opting out,
Yep.
but you really would have preferred the choice to opt in, from what I can tell.
For an extra $50, you want to opt in.
Yeah, like if it had been 10, we probably all would have gone, yeah, all right. But 50 was a bit, no, that's a third.
And do you also think that
That's a
apart
half.
from the $50, it's also you're opting into the AI without getting a choice? Like I think there'd
You
be
won't
people.
have a choice.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But I think you'd also think, no, I just like to stay basic. There'd be a lot of people who just want to stay basic.
But it's all baked in now, so that's with all these
know.
products, it's baked in, so they need to get a return on their investment. Plus, they're not alone. Like Sony's put up their prices recently with the PlayStation stuff. I actually did a quick little, used AI, pulled down my bank statements, and hopefully my partner Tracy isn't listening to this, and did a quick calculation of the spend of services that I spend. It was $179 a month just in entertainment services.
Yep.
And we used to complain about paying, $100 on Foxtel or whatever.
We did.
Then I did a calculation of how many business services, the money on business services that I spend a month was $1,019.
Whoa.
So I spend over $1,000 a month.
A lot of coffee.
And it's
Yes.
a lot of coffee. But those tools allow me to earn a lot more.
Yep.
So I'm spending a lot more than I used to. But Adobe, the Adobe suites, I think it's up to over 100 now, and used to spend $1,500 and get it for the rest of your life. But then they were one of the first ones that released the subscription model. Everyone lost their marbles. They're like, no, you can't do that. And then obviously the world
Everyone
has
else
changed.
did.
Yeah. So
But is that because of the game you're in? Is that because of the world you work in, or you think that's everyone?
I think that's the game that I'm in is leading the charge. So we're used to doing that, but it's a very slippery slope. And this Microsoft example is exactly that. It is a slippery slope in terms of what we will accept to pay. And you can't say no. I mean, you can go to Google Drive or do those sorts of services, but Microsoft is what Microsoft is.
And the thing is, it's very hard to get out of. I got hacked a couple of years ago, and and they could see it, they could tell me it was there, but it took me several months to even find a person to speak to because they don't want to talk, and to even find a way into and I could never get that back. They could see it, they knew it wasn't me, they could see the fake, but they won't help, and they couldn't. So even if you wanted to get out of it and not pay your $150,
But that's getting better. It is that side of things is getting better, and they're having to invest in making those tools better. So they're looking for a return on their investment. There's been billions of dollars spent in productizing what they do with their products, billions and billions and billions of dollars, and we're the ones who have to pay for it.
But are we the ones who wanted it like you wanted? But I just want to whack out a few emails and do a few Excel spreadsheets.
Same.
And honestly, I don't need anything fancy. I don't need AI to do it
You
for
don't
me.
want to do
Google,
Excel
go and get the
spreadsheet.
Google suite then. That's what they're counting on. But you won't. you would just pay the Microsoft fee. Because it's
I'm
too
lazy
much.
and my
Exactly.
brain hurts and I'm
That's what they're counting on.
old.
They're not counting on you signing up for Google and getting free sheets or anything like that. They're going,
Yep.
ugh, just flip and pay it. All
But
right.
I can't go to Google now because they've changed the names of
Yep.
maps and things, so I can't give them my business either.
Well, they're in the Gulf of America.
Yes,
That's where
I
Google's
can't-
gone.
yeah, they've gone there, so
Yeah,
I
but they're all doing that. The ones that are, bending the knee to Trump are doing that. So
Yeah.
anyhow, we went a bit off topic there. But
Sorry.
see, this is it though. Like we're now paying for something we don't really know how to use.
But you don't know
and
you
we don't really want.
But you do. Yeah.
What would I use it for? Like, I'm not allowed to use it in my job. I'm literally not,
Not allowed to use
allowed.
AI?
I'm not allowed to use it.
Wow.
Yes. And that might change, but at the moment it's like, don't be doing it.
So how
and
does
I
that-
think that's to make sure that you're not copying, pasting
Yeah.
somebody else's work as a journalist,
Yep.
which,
Agreed.
God forbid, you would hope people at the ABC weren't doing. But that was the word. So I can't use it.
Wow.
So how would the average, like, okay, I'm at home though. Let's say I'm
Yes.
at home and I've got a job. I'm in retail.
Yep.
Let's say I'm in retail. I have there's no work reason to use it. I'm just standing there. I'm folding clothes. I'm trying the best I can to sell whatever I'm selling.
Yes.
Why do I need it at home?
You probably don't. That's the scenario. You don't.
what I mean.
Yeah,
You win.
correct. But you will do it regardless because, like I said, people are lazy. They'll keep paying for the thing they don't need.
Yeah. Rather than learning how to use it?
Yeah, basically, yeah. But all these tools are getting, they're about sucking us in to make life easier for us. And that's what AI does. It makes life easier. It makes life swifter, makes life more efficient, or at least it's supposed to. But remember, we're only at the tip of the iceberg here. We're only at the beginning of this journey. So you think, it was only 2 years ago, not even that ChatGPT was like, all the kids are going to cheat at their exams.
Yep.
And now, it's quite a lot different than what it was, So
Yep.
only at the beginning.
Cal, I literally yesterday, for the first time, I have resisted it all for so long.
Yes.
I went, and I have teenagers and we've had the lectures at school, so I went on to ChatGPT yesterday for the first time to help do a travel itinerary because someone told me they did it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Was it great?
Well, sort of, except I quit calling her Cheryl.
She, yeah.
Cheryl
Is that what you
ChatGPT.
call the AI?
Cheryl, come on,
love it.
Cheryl, ChatGPT. But I was useless with it because I would say, try this, and then I'd put the whole thing, cut and paste the whole thing and do the same thing over and over. And then I realised I could just talk back to it and say, take out Milan, put in this, whatever.
Have you chatted with it? Like actually talk?
No,
talk?
that
You should
scares
do
me.
that. Do that. That will blow your mind. If you're actually having a physical conversation with an AI, it will blow your mind. It's brilliant.
Then suddenly I'll be sitting next to a plastic doll talking to it.
Yeah, probably.
Slippery slope.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm planning a trip to Europe later in the year.
Yes.
So that is one way to use it that I would find helpful because
Yep.
I've been on TikTok and I love the TikTok kiddies, but now it's all the same stuff. Once you watch about a dozen of them, you
Yep.
find you're just watching the same things over and over again. So if I was to go into, does it have to be ChatGPT or are there other places?
Or Perplexity or ChatGPT or Grok or...
Yeah, okay,
any
lots
those.
of them.
ChatGPT is probably the easiest.
And you say, be a travel agent, and then you...
But so friends of ours, their son broke his leg about 3 weeks away from doing a trip to France. And that changed everything. So he's 18, 19,
Yeah.
broke his leg. So they're like, we're going to have to change. And that's what they went into ChatGPT and they went, okay, so we need a travel itinerary if we have someone with a wheelchair. And
Ooh.
it went perfectly.
Yes, I've got
Like-
friends in wheelchairs who love it.
Yep, absolutely perfectly. So it's those sorts of scenarios. It's not just how to get somewhere.
Yep.
It's why you want to get somewhere, how you want to get, it's all those sorts of nuances. And it's
Okay.
getting better and better.
So if I put in, okay, I need a travel itinerary for 4 people in their 50s, none of whom is particularly fit, and we just want good food but not expensive food.
Give it as much, just chat with it.
Yeah.
It will work it out. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was,
like that.
when I started that, I was just wanting destinations because I'm trying to work out how to go, what's the most efficient route. So I would say, be a travel agent, these places, can you start here, end here, be efficient, and then it does it. And I go, oh, but you've left out this place, and then it would go back. So, yeah, it's really interesting. Some of the stuff was terribly rubbish, but if you just go, by the end of the day, I had an itinerary. But now I'm looking for other things like, it's going to be cold, do we need snow chains or whatever?
Okay, see, now I feel like we almost need to do regular segments on how do I use AI in my everyday life to make my life easier. And how would people like in rural and regional areas use AI in a way that city people can use it, you know, to go, I want to go on a, if I was to say, you know, I want to go on a coffee crawl and go across Brisbane, how do I do that?
So the glasses that I occasionally bring.
Yes.
So these are the Meta Ray-Bans.
Yes.
Okay? So they have released AI for those over the last 6 months or so. I can literally stand in front of my fridge, put my glasses on and say, hey, can you take a photo and tell me what I should make for dinner? It will take a photo of the ingredients in the fridge and say, oh, I see you've got some cheese there, you've got some mince, you got some, and then it will give me a recipe and the instructions on what to cook. Oh. Like it's that. So if you put yourself in like say in a rural situation, it can answer anything. Like it's not even an answer. It's just it can work out anything.
Give you solutions.
There was a chap the other day who was had been working with a professor the other day who had been working on a particular theory for a decade with his team. A decade, and he was using the new Microsoft scientist chat.
$50 he'd paid the extra.
And he was like, yeah, okay, well I'll put the thing that I'm working on.
Yeah.
And he had the results into this science AI, and within 48 hours it came back with what they'd worked out. It worked out over 10 years. It came back with the answer that had taken them a decade to do. He went to Microsoft and said, hey, my paper hasn't been published. Did you have access to this? And they're like, no. So in 2 days, it did the work of a decade's worth of work by an entire team of scientists, and gave the team additional information that they need to chase up.
Goodness.
So plus I can look at the food in my fridge and get a recipe.
See, that's good.
And Kel, I've got a friend who could do us all out of a job, but who's a legal lecturer. She wanted to have this paper, she put it in. She said, please make it into a podcast. And her paper came back as a two-person chatting and pretty much explained properly most of it. She said there's a couple of things missing, but pretty well gave it back to her and she could listen to it.
That's good. But if you come back to the Microsoft thing,
if it's her own material to start off with, I don't mind that.
I agree.
It's kind of like, okay, because it's a different way of presenting the same thing. But
the brain changes. There's a plasticity in your brain when you hear talk about something as opposed to read something. That's why radio is important.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Very important.
You can stay.
Yeah, I can say that's good.
Very important.
But if you look at the Microsoft thing, that's why you're just going to pay for the stuff, because it's going to make your life easier. And it is a slippery slope. Sounds terrible because I'm for this stuff, but it is when we start to add up the cost.
Yeah. I don't think we've got time for Bitcoin, to be honest.
Next time, Cal.
We're going to talk Bitcoin.
Trump coin?
I truly don't think, well, there was only like half a dozen people who made money out of that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was
I wasn't one
Trump
of them.
and his mates were the people who did. But now, have you still got your Bitcoin in your hand?
No, I sold all my Bitcoin.
Oh,
I'm a Wally.
yeah, you are.
Yeah, but it was a while ago. That's fine. Such is
Okay.
life.
Because it has had the roller coaster
has
journey
had,
too.
yeah.
It's like, nuts, worth nothing. And then, oh, look at that. It's worth 10 times what you paid for
Yeah,
it.
it is what it is.
Or 100 times what you paid for it. All right, so, like, there is no backlash for Microsoft other than people going, oh, I hate it when they do that.
And then they'll just pay
They'll
and
just
move
go,
on.
sure, hate us.
Yes.
We don't care.
Well, there's
And
an
maybe one day we'll be grateful.
You should be grateful now.
Okay,
You're
right, I
a
knew you'd say
Microsoft
that.
overlord.
I kind of just wish that they'd say to you, these are the benefits. Like, sell me the benefits. Don't just do it and make me feel angry at you. Like, the world is bad enough without you making me feel like I've been taken for a ride. And, you know, the $50, I'll absorb that. I won't like it, but I will. But I kind of feel for those families that can't, that still need
But
it.
there are options. That's what you've got to
Yeah.
remember. There are options. We just need to get over the fact that you've got to work a little bit harder for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reality.
All right. So there you go, people. If you, let's see. And Stephen Anala says, we had AI compulsory training at my workplace. I used AI to complete it for me.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
Very meta.
Well done.
Yeah, that's it. So thank you to everybody who's been throwing in comments tonight. Dean says, if coffee gets to $10, I'll go for a margarita instead. Would make work seem more tolerable.
$28 now.
We're with you. Absolutely. Victoria Carthew,
Thanks,
always a
Kel.
joy. Thank you so much. And Ben Slater, great to have you here. And Victoria and Ben, we might need to put them on together and they talk Bitcoin next time they're on. Something else I don't really understand. And I've really tried. That and quantum physics, I so try. No.
Just ask ChatGPT.
Yep, that'll give me an answer.
At home, though, not at work.
And thank you for your company tonight as well. I'll be back with you in Brisbane from 6:45 and everywhere else from 7 o'clock. Right now, it's 9.